Jim Jones, a name long known in the entertainment industry for his presence in the music world, has now become the center of a scandal that is shaking the public's perception of him. What started as a seemingly ordinary disagreement with his longtime partner, Chrissy Lampkin, has escalated to a vicious altercation with serious legal implications. The once quiet couple, whose relationship has been on display for years, is now at the forefront of a controversy that could potentially change the course of their lives forever. This is not your typical argument between two celebrities. No, this time it's much worse. Jim Jones has been charged in connection to an alleged vicious attack on Chrissy, and the details surrounding this incident are causing waves throughout social media, the entertainment industry, and beyond. For those who have been following Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin's relationship, the signs were always there, though perhaps they were too subtle to notice at first. They've been in the public eye for over a decade, with fans watching their ups and downs, their love story, and the moments that look like a fairy tale. However, anyone who has kept a close eye on their journey knows that it's never been as perfect as it seemed. From the start, Jim has been known for avoiding commitment, with Chrissy famously proposing to him years ago, turning the typical dynamic of a relationship upside down. Jim, the man who has always spoken about avoiding traditional norms, found himself caught in a situation where the pressure of commitment seemed too much to handle. This wasn't just a couple arguing over something trivial like who left the toothpaste cap off. No, this was much worse. Sources close to the couple have revealed that Jim and Chrissy were embroiled in a heated argument that lasted for days. The tension had been building, but no one could have predicted how out of control things would get. Neighbors reported hearing shouting, glass shattering, and even doors slamming, which gave the impression that a major Hollywood drama was unfolding right next door. But it wasn't just the noise that got people talking, it was what happened next. Things went physical. According to police reports and witnesses, the argument escalated to the point where Chrissy allegedly threw objects, but Jim took things to another level. When officers arrived at the scene, they found Chrissy visibly shaken, while Jim was agitated and refused to cooperate with the police. Jim's refusal to calm down led to his arrest, which only added more fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding his actions. This was not Jim's first encounter with the law, but this time it was different. There were real consequences to his actions. Now, what led to this shocking altercation? Why did things get so heated, and why did Jim react the way he did? The root cause of the fight seems to be Jim's financial troubles. While he has been known to flaunt a lavish lifestyle, spending money on expensive cars, designer clothes, and flashy jewelry, the reality of his financial situation is far different from what he wants people to think. For years, Chrissy has been the one holding things together, making sure their bills were paid while Jim continued to live in the fast lane. But this time, things came to a head. Chrissy had had enough of Jim's reckless spending and his refusal to take responsibility for their financial future. During the argument, Chrissy allegedly shouted, "Where's the money going?" But Jim was not having it. The police reports show that things went from bad to worse, as Jim became more defensive and refused to cooperate with the officers. What makes this even more shocking is that Chrissy did not call the police herself. Instead, neighbors, who were clearly concerned about the escalating situation, called for help. Jim's resistance to the police intervention only made matters worse, and he was ultimately arrested. The scene was chaotic, and it quickly became clear that this was not just a domestic argument, it was a situation that was spiraling out of control. Jim was taken away in handcuffs, and Chrissy was left in shock, standing there, unsure of what had just happened. But the real question now is, what does this mean for Jim and Chrissy? After years of putting up with Jim's behavior, is this finally the breaking point for Chrissy? She has supported him through so much: his legal issues, his personal struggles, and his failures to commit to their relationship in the way she had hoped. But this time, things might be different. Jim is in serious legal trouble, and depending on the severity of the charges, he could be facing a long legal battle. If he is convicted, this could impact not only his career but also his financial stability. Jim's reputation has already been tarnished by his previous legal issues. But this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. One of the most shocking aspects of this situation is the involvement of other celebrities. While some have been quick to defend Jim, others are taking the opportunity to call him out. Some of his longtime friends have even distanced themselves from him, unfollowing him on social media and distancing themselves from his personal drama. The entertainment industry, known for its willingness to overlook certain things, is now beginning to turn its back on Jim. His business ventures, once promising, are now in jeopardy, and his career, which had already been on the decline, is now facing the very real possibility of being over. And as if things weren't bad enough, there are rumors that the charges against Jim could escalate. Initially, the authorities were looking at a simple domestic dispute charge, but now new evidence has surfaced that may result in felony charges. Anonymous sources close to the police department have indicated that there is surveillance footage from the scene of the altercation, which could prove damaging to Jim's case. Additionally, a judge has issued a restraining order against him, preventing him from having any contact with Chrissy. If he violates this order, he could face even more jail time. As the situation continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Jim's life is in chaos. His reputation is suffering, his career is at risk, and his personal relationships are falling apart. But perhaps the most surprising twist is Chrissy's response to all of this. After years of supporting Jim and putting up with his drama, she is now considering leaving him for good. Sources say that Chrissy has already been in talks with her legal team to explore her options, and she may be planning to move on from Jim and start a new chapter in her life. This is a breaking point in Jim Jones's life. His career, his finances, and his personal relationships are all on the line. The real question now is, what will happen next? Will Jim face jail time? Will Chrissy walk away for good? Is this the end of the road for Jim Jones, or is he going to somehow turn things around? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, this is a story that's far from over. Stay tuned because the drama is just beginning.